Hi friends, it's Miss Teresa here. Today I'll be reading you a story. It's called Harold and the Purple Crayon by Crockett Johnson. Here is our front cover of the book, our spine that holds the book together, and the back cover. Our title page, Harold and the Purple Crayon. One evening, after thinking it over for some time, Harold decided to go for a walk in the moonlight. Do you think he's going outside and walking? I think he's using his imagination. He has something in his hand he's going to go on, a little adventure. There wasn't any moon, and Harold needed a moon for a walk in the moonlight. So what did Harold do? He's drawing a moon, and he needed something to walk on. What is he drawing to walk on? It looks like a sidewalk. He made a long, straight path so he wouldn't get lost. And he set off on his walk, taking his big purple crayon with him. But he didn't seem to be getting anywhere on the long straight path. So he left the path for a shortcut across the field, and the moon went with him. The shortcut led right to where Harold thought a forest ought to be. He didn't want to get lost in the woods, so he made a very small forest with just one tree in it. It turned out to be an apple tree. Oh, the apples would be very tasty, Harold thought, when they got red. Tasty is another word for delicious. Where are the apples that Harold drew? They're in the tree. Look how many apples he drew. So he put a frightening dragon under the tree to guard the apples. It was a terribly frightening dragon. The dragon has big eyes and big teeth there to scare off anyone that wants to eat his apples. But is there really dragons hiding under apple trees? I think Harold's using his imagination. It even frightened Harold. He backed away. His hand holding the purple crayon shook. Oh no, I wonder what he's drawing next when he got frightened. Suddenly he realized what was happening. But by then, Harold was over his head in the ocean. He drew the waves in the ocean. Oh no, he's going underwater. What do you think he could draw to help him? He came up thinking fast, and in no time he was climbing aboard a trim little boat. He quickly set sail, and the moon sailed along with him. His sail almost is like what shape? It looks almost like a triangle. After he had sailed long enough, Harold made land without much trouble. He stepped ashore on the beach, wondering where he was. The sandy beach reminded Harold of picnics, and he thought of picnics made him hungry. So he laid out a nice, simple picnic lunch. Oh, what is he going to draw for his picnic lunch? There was nothing but pie. Have you ever had pie? It's very delicious and tasty. But there were all kinds of pie that Harold liked best. When Harold finished his picnic, there was quite a lot left. I wonder what he'll draw to help him. He hated to see so much delicious pie go to waste. Oh, I wonder what he's drawing. Could it be an animal? So Harold left a very hungry moose and a deserving porcupine to finish it up. A moose kind of looks like a reindeer there, and a porcupine. And off he went looking for a hill to climb to see where he was. Harold knew that the higher up he went, the further he could see. So he decided to make the hill into a mountain. If he went high enough, he thought, he could see the window of his bedroom. He was tired and he felt he ought to be getting to bed. Oh, his mountain is reaching the moon. He hoped he could see his bedroom window from the top of the mountain. As he looked down over the other side, he slipped. And there wasn't any other side of the mountain. He was falling in thin air. But luckily, what do you think he will draw to help him? He kept his wits in his purple crayon. His wits is like his imagination, and he has his purple crayon, so what could he draw? He made a balloon and grabbed onto it. Oh, and he made a basket under the balloon, big enough to stand in. Oh, what shape is the balloon? Circle? And the basket he's drawing himself in? A square. He had a fine view from the balloon, but he couldn't see his window. He couldn't even see a house. So he made a house with windows. And he landed the balloon on the grass in the front yard. Where is Harold now? Do you think this is his house he drew? None of the windows was his window. He tried to think where his window ought to be. He made some more windows. He made a big building full of windows. Oh, what shape are his windows there? There's so many of them. They're squares. Oh, wow. He made lots of buildings full of windows. He made a whole city full of windows. But none of the windows was his window. He couldn't think where it might be. He decided to ask a policeman. The policeman pointed the way Harold was going anyway, but Harold thanked him. And he walked along with the moon, wishing he was in his room and in his bed. Oh, he's getting tired. Then suddenly Harold remembered. He remembered where his bedroom window was. When there was a moon, it was always right around the moon. So where did Harold draw his window? Around the moon. And then Harold made his bed. He got in it and he drew up the covers. The purple crayon dropped on the floor and Harold dropped off to sleep. Oh, where's the purple crayon? Right next to him on the ground. What was your favorite part of the story, friends?